Hey y'all, what's up? What is kicking? It is Acacia Forgot. Welcome to Y'all You Can Eat. I know I'm not in the kitchen right now, but I needed to make a little disclaimer real quick because I recorded this back in like November, right after Thanksgiving. And then in December, things were busy. There's a lot of stuff going on. So I never got around to actually editing and putting out the video. So that's what I'm doing now. So I hope you enjoy it. Also, the audio is horrible. I know we have 2 videos like this and then I get a mic. So you know what? Deal with it. But I hope you enjoy the video and make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Today, this is shortly after Thanksgiving and I have a lot of turkey left over. Well, it was my mom's turkey and then I took the turkey because if you may have seen on TikTok and Instagram, I took a lot of things from my parents' house. Half a gallon of turkey was one of them. So today I am showing you one of my family recipes, which is for a chicken pot pie. However, you make it with turkey. So delicious. But there is a twist to this turkey pot pie. Stay tuned to see what it is. This is from my family cookbook that my mom made for all of us. Here it is. I don't want to show you all the recipes, but this is the cookbook. And she has little pictures of herself. And she made this with all of the recipes that we used to eat growing up. This is the recipe that I'm following today. First, get a giant ass pan. Girl, go to Costco and get a pan because you get them so cheap, so heavy duty. I had one for like years and years and years, and then I just cooked so much that I like almost burned a hole through it. And I have this new one. They're so cheap, they're so good. I love them. I also got my Dutch ovens from there. Literally a steal. Go get them. Don't steal them. And they're not steel, but you're gonna put this on the stove on medium-high heat, okay? Maybe a little bit more towards the medium than the high, but that's about where we want it to be. We're gonna take a 1/4 cup of butter, which is half of an American stick of butter. I like to cut it up into like little tablespoon pieces, which would be 4 pieces. I feel like it just melts it faster. Okay, now once the butter is all melted and starting to bubble, you're gonna take half a cup of chopped onion. I usually use a yellow onion. You can use a white onion if you want, but yellow onion is usually the best. So just toss that in with the butter and take a wooden spoon and just give it a mix so that the onion is just completely covered in butter, which is honestly how I want to be. We're gonna let this saute for a couple of minutes until the onions start to get softened, but not clear. So the onions are gonna look kind of like this. They're just starting to get soft, just starting to kind of change in color, and this is when we're gonna add the garlic. We're gonna add about 2 cloves of minced garlic, or I like to just eyeball if I'm using garlic, as they say. I just like to do a hefty spoonful and just plop that in the pan with the onion. We're gonna saute for like another minute. Now remember when RuPaul always talks about how she got her name Roux? Her mom named her Roux because of like a roux, like in cooking. Well, that's what we're gonna do now, and I'm gonna show you exactly what a roux is. Take your flour, and before you scoop your flour, I like to give it a good mix with a fork, just to fluff it up, because if you don't, then it packs in the flour and you always end up getting too much. So after you fluff the flour, get 1/3 of a cup of the flour and sprinkle it into the pan. Now we're going to mix in the flour with the butter onion mixture, and it's going to really thicken it up and create like a paste. And that's exactly what we want. And at this time, you can probably honestly just turn the heat down to low. And this is what a roux is. Now we are going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of sage. This is the best part. I'm gonna put a little bit extra because I really like sage. And then an 1/8 to a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I like the Watkins pepper because this is what my grandparents always used. And then give her a good mix. And now we can turn it back up to medium-high where we had it. We just don't want the roux to burn, and it is easy to burn when there's like butter involved that has a very low burn temp, you know? Now we're gonna add 2 cups of chicken stock, chicken broth, turkey broth, anything like that. I have turkey stock that I made from the Thanksgiving turkey, so I'm going to put that in. You could also do 2 cups of water, and I think it's like a tablespoon of chicken bouillon. Whatever works for you, but this is going to turn the roux into a nice, like, creamy consistency. And we're also going to add 3/4 of a cup of milk. I've never made it with a dairy-free milk, but I'm assuming that works too. And then we're just going to stir this until it becomes thick and bubbly. Buble. Okay, this is exactly what we're looking for. Okay, now that the sauce is all thickened, we are gonna take 3 cups of chopped, diced, shredded, whatever you want, chicken or turkey. So today, obviously, I have Thanksgiving turkey. I did all the prep before you guys got here because I figured who wants to watch me chop an onion? I don't think anybody. We're also going to add a package of peas and carrots. The recipe says for a 10-ounce bag. I just happen to have a 12-ounce bag. I don't think it really matters. My mom used to only make with peas. You can really get creative here. Put whatever the fuck you want in it. I don't know. How do I open this? It says open here, but I can't open here. Oh my god. Am I really that weak? God, I really gotta get back to the gym. New Year's resolution. I'm not doing it now, that's for sure. Okay, now that you've added the turkey and the veggies, we're gonna give it a good mix so that everything is well combined. I love when a recipe says mix until well combined. It just seems so Martha Stewart. I don't know what it is. Mix until well combined. Mix until well combined. I don't know, I love it. And then we're going to let this simmer for like anywhere from, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes on like a medium low. We need to heat up the turkey. Also, the veggies, I forgot to say this, cook to whatever the package says. So like if it says to put in the microwave, just cook them. Don't throw frozen veggies in here. It's gonna fuck everything up. This is how it's looking, and we're going to let it simmer for a few minutes, just to thicken up a little bit more. Now at this time, preheat your oven for 450 degrees right now. Go do it. Okay, now here is where things get really interesting. My mom never liked pie crust with chicken pot pie. So we never really had that growing up, but she loved chicken pot pie. So what we would do is we would always eat it out of an individual container, glass container. I have these little Pyrex dishes that I like to use. And we're just gonna scoop the mixture into the little container. You might be wondering, well, what are you gonna do for a crust? Are you just gonna eat that dog food by itself? No, no, no. You're gonna take the Pepperidge Farm herb seasoned stuffing mix. I've already been nibbling on it, that's why it's like almost gone. But you're gonna take that, and for every cup of this you use, you're going to use 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and you're gonna mix the 2 together. I like to just pour it all right in the bowl at once, and then take a fork and mix it all around to coat the breadcrumbs. And then with this, we are going to scoop the breadcrumbs on top of the pot pie. And this turns it more into, I would say, like a chicken pot pie hot dish rather than a actual pot pie. This, I'm telling you, is the way to eat your turkey pot pies. It is, trust me. And then put it on a baking sheet and bake it at 450 for about 10 to 12 minutes or until the breadcrumbs on top get a most beautiful golden brown color. I like to personally burn it because I like burnt food, but that's my preference. You do you. And speaking of my love affair with burnt food, you like my little oven mitt? My brother got this for me and I love it because she's me with my glass of wine, burning all my food, but I do it on purpose. Okay, now she's done. See, that's not that burnt. It's a tasteful burn, you know? It's like a little extra seasoning. You know what I mean? I love it. Leave me alone. I'm gonna let this cool for like a couple minutes because it is basically lava. So let it cool for a second and then we are going to dig into it. I'm so excited. It is like the best fall winter dinner. Ugh, it warms the soul. Okay, now that it's cooled, I'm going to transfer it to a plate because usually there's a lot of spillage with the breadcrumbs and I need to get all of this into my mouth hole as fast as possible. And let's dig in. The camera, as they say, has to eat first, so. Are you gonna take a bite? No? On a diet? Okay, well I'm not, so I will eat it. This will shut it down, and I'm telling you, even though I feel like I've had chicken pot pie with a pie crust. I had to have at some point in my life, but it wasn't memorable, and this is memorable. The crunchies are literally the way to go. Ditch the pie crust. This ain't your grandma's turkey pot pie. Okay? If you guys make this recipe, make sure you tag me. I want to see it. This is, again, my family recipe, so I want to see the legacy carry on. If there's anything you want to see me make in the future, leave a comment below because I'm looking for ideas. Because I want to do more. I want to test myself. I want to try things I've never tried before. Put me to the test. I dare you. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, follow me on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, but I don't really do anything on Twitter because Twitter scares me. Follow me everywhere, subscribe, and I will see you next time.